Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today, we're going to be going over the 10 best vehicles to use in the snow for this year in GTA Online. The snow is officially in online as of today, so you're going to need some vehicles to drive around in it as effectively as possible. With that being said, like and subscribe for more content like this, and let's get started with number 10. At number 10, we have the Fister Astron Custom for $1,720,000 plus $395,000 additionally if you want to put the HSW upgrade on. Now, without HSW, the top speed on this is going to be 119 miles per hour, but with HSW, it's going to be 136.25 miles per hour. Now, this thing is all-wheel drive and it has a much wider stance than the regular Fister Astron. Because it's in the SUV category, it tends to not be the greatest in the snow, but I did feel like it was an exceptionally fun vehicle to actually drive in the snow, as long as you're willing to hit the handbrake occasionally and go for some drifts. Overall, this is more of a fun one than a functional one. Honestly, I did expect it to be a little bit better, especially coming in at 1,970 kilograms. Being a little bit on the heavier side, it still kind of floats on top of the snow, and this is mostly due to the SUV category placement. It's still a really good car, it's got some nice customization, it's awesome to drive. But in the snow, it's not going to be exactly ideal, but it's going to be pretty fun to drive around. So you should give this one a shot. But up next, we have another vehicle that's going to be a little bit better in the snow. That vehicle being the Vapid Guardian for $375,000. Now this thing has a 100.75 mile per hour top speed and weighs in at 3,800 kilograms, so it's pretty heavy, and this is going to be good for compacting that snow underneath the tires and actually staying under control. It's also all-wheel drive and has a pretty good ride height, so for driving around in deeper snow off the roads and off-roading and things like that, this thing's going to be really good. It also does have those vertical exhausts, so if you do slip off the road in this thing, you can go pretty deep in the water without your car drowning, so that could be occasionally helpful, given that the roads are going to be a little bit slippery for the next few days. The Guardian's got some great customization, it's a really cool looking truck. This thing's pretty fun to drive around in and go off-roading at the best of times, so getting it for the snow especially is not going to be the worst idea ever, that's for sure. Up next, we got the Karen Woodlander with HSW for $1,611,000 plus $900,000 for HSW, which is a lot of money. However, this thing is actually a pretty good vehicle in the snow. Now, without HSW, it's going to top out at 112.5 miles per hour, but with HSW, it's going to top out at 136.5 miles per hour. Tiny bit faster than the Fister Astron Custom. Now, this thing's going to seat 4 players, similar to that Astron Custom, and it has all-wheel drive. And it actually weighs in at less than the Fister Astron Custom at only 1,500 kilograms. Despite this though, it is a much better vehicle in the snow. It's in the SUV category as well, but this thing has a lot more grip I found in the snow, and it was a lot simpler and easier to drive while also being pretty fast as well. Being that this car is based off of a Subaru Forester, I kind of expected it to be pretty good in the snow, and in fact it actually is. It's also got significantly higher ground clearance than the Fister Astron, so it's going to be better on-road and off-road as well. Overall, the Karen Woodlander is pretty quick, it's got some good grip in the snow. I think it's a decent car to try out for sure. However, we have some real bangers coming up next, so stay tuned. Up next, we have the rear-wheel drive Lampadati Tropos Rally for $816,000. Now, this thing comes in at 800 kilograms with a 119.5 mile per hour top speed. And again, like I said, rear-wheel drive. This thing sounds like it would be an absolute nightmare in the snow. However, it's not. It's really good. It's shockingly good. Maybe I shouldn't say shockingly, because being that this is supposed to be a rally car and it's based off of a rally car, it would make sense that it would be good in the snow and in off-road conditions. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's just not something you'd think of as being good given the stats that it has. The Tropos handles phenomenally off-road in the snow in particular, but on-road it's also absolutely amazing too. It feels like it's glued to the ground. It really does. It barely slips. It feels great to drive. It feels great to drive on uneven, bumpy surfaces as well. And the Tropos also had a bunch of liveries added to it recently, so you can go in and change between about 18 different liveries. Overall, this car is absolutely phenomenal for the snow. It's a great car to have in free mode anyways. It handles phenomenally. It's really cool. You should definitely try out the Tropos Rally in the snow if you never have before. Next up, we have the HVY Night Shark for $1,245,000. Now, this thing is armored and it's all-wheel drive, and of course, it's in the off-road class. meaning that it should be really good in the snow, and in fact it is pretty damn good in the snow. It's got fairly decent ground clearance for going off-road in the snow, but it wouldn't be my #1 choice for off-roading. However, on-road it's very good. It comes in at 4,400 kilograms, which is quite a bit, and you can definitely feel that weight while you're driving around in the snow. It has pretty good handling as well, and a 105.25 mile per hour top speed, so it's fairly quick for being so armored and so good in the snow as well. Definitely one to pick up and definitely one to try out if you already own it for sure. In the snow, particularly again for on-road. Off-road, this thing's not that fantastic. However, it is still pretty capable even off-road. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Up next, we got the Declasse Yosemite 1500 that was added into the game last year. This thing sells for $1,205,000 and it's all-wheel drive and it has a super long wheelbase. Now these things in conjunction help it to go around corners and handle the snow really well in particular. It's also in the off-road category, so it does get that off-road traction bonus that the snow kind of affects, so it's pretty good in that regard as well. It comes in at 1,830 kilograms, so a little bit on the heavier side given the cars that we've gone over so far, but you can definitely feel that weight in the corners and it helps a lot. The Yosemite 1500's got some decent customization. I wish it had a little bit more. I feel like this thing had so much potential, but ROCKSTAR kind of cut it short with the customization. But still, it is a great truck. I definitely recommend this one for traversing the snow. If you've already got one, definitely take this bad boy out in the snow. You will not regret it. But we have some even better vehicles coming up ahead. Up next, the Canis Terminus for $1,877,500. And you could use the Canis Terminus Patrol here as well if you do have that, the police car variant of it, because both of them are pretty much the same. Now this thing in particular, the regular Terminus, is in the off-road class, and it's got all-wheel drive as well as a Monty-Tech armor available for it as well. So it's going to be well protected, and you can put that missile lock-on jammer too. This thing handles the bumps, handles the curves, handles the snow in general extremely well, particularly while going off-road. It has a 119 mile per hour top speed and it carries that speed through the corners really easily, just simply due to how capable the vehicle is. It weighs 2,000 kilograms, so it's right there in the middle, and it has really good ground clearance, so that's going to be good for that deeper snow or just off-roading in the snow in general. The Terminus is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. You gotta own one for sure. Moving up next, we have the Vapid Trophy Truck for $550,000 with a 106.75 mile per hour top speed, all-wheel drive, and weighing in at 2,200 kilograms. It's also got good ride height and it's in the off-road category, so it has all the markings to become an absolutely great vehicle. And in fact, I don't know why I ranked this thing so low in previous years when I've done this list, because this thing is fantastic. Out of the vehicles I drove today to get the footage for this video, the Vapid Trophy Truck sticks out to me as my #1 favorite overall. It feels glued to the road, it feels like it has downforce despite having no spoiler option, and it just feels super capable off-road. Now granted, it is a trophy truck. This is exactly what it was designed to do, but probably not in the snow. But somehow it handles the snow phenomenally well. The trophy truck is only $550,000 too, making it like the cheapest vehicle on this list by far. It's absolutely fantastic, guys. You really need to try out the trophy truck this year in the snow if you have one. If you don't have one, I don't necessarily recommend going out to buy it, but if you need a vehicle for the snow, it is the cheapest on the list, and it's probably going to take you just as far as anything else that we're going to talk about ahead on this list. So highly recommend the Vapid Trophy Truck. Very high praise for it from me. But up next, of course, we had the Declasse Draugr for $1,402,500 or $1,870,000 if you do not have the trade price. Now this is regarded as the best off-road vehicle in the game by many people, including myself, and that's not for no reason. Now this thing has all-wheel drive, fantastic handling, high ground clearance, and it does have a spoiler option for additional downforce as well, which is super sweet. It also weighs in surprisingly heavy at 2,450 kilograms and has a top speed of 111.75 miles per hour, so it's fairly quick for an off-road vehicle. It is extremely capable, guys. This thing is going to take you so far off-road, further than probably any other vehicle that we're going to go over on this list, and any other vehicle we've gone over already, except for maybe the trophy truck. The trophy truck might be able to hold a candle to this thing, but honestly, it's kind of up in the air. The Draugr is so capable, and for the money that it costs, you are going to get a fantastic off-road vehicle for both the snow and for regular free mode or off-road class racing. Draugr is so damn good. I really do recommend this one. Next up for an honorable mention, we have the Hakuchu Drag with HSW for $976,000 plus an additional $1,450,000 for the HSW upgrade. Now this thing weighs in at a measly 270 kilograms, so basically nothing, and it has a 157.5 mile per hour top speed. It's rear wheel drive, obviously being a motorcycle, and it is highly maneuverable. And the best part about it is that it is barely affected by the snow. Because the tires are so skinny, and because it's so light, and because motorcycles in GTA Online typically don't get affected by snow to the same degree as cars, this thing is going to be your absolute best bet for getting around quickly in the snow, simply because it is the fastest motorcycle in the game, one of the fastest vehicles in the game, period. And of course, it doesn't really get affected by the snow that much. So this thing is going to be a big help to everyone who's watching this video. It also doubles as a great way to complete your weekly time trials, whether those are the HSW ones or the non-HSW ones. This bike is absolutely fantastic. You gotta own a Hakuchu Drag with HSW. But at number 1, we have the HVY Insurgent Pickup Custom for $1,997,500 in total after purchasing the vehicle and fully upgrading it. This thing has a 98.5 mile per hour top speed and weighs in at a whopping 8,600 kilograms, making it the heaviest vehicle on this list by far. It's also all-wheel drive and seats up to 9 players. It's well armored, and of course it's weaponized, and it's extremely off-road capable. It has a ton of ground clearance, and that all-wheel drive mixed with the weight is going to shred through the snow, guys. This thing is absolutely insane. Climbing mountains in it is pretty easy, all things considered. Even going up the least ideal routes on Mount Josiah, you can still get up it pretty damn quick using the Insurgent Pickup Custom. This thing is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite armored vehicles in the entire game as well, though it also doubles as a great armored vehicle. Pickup Custom is something I recommend owning at the best of times, but particularly with the snow in the game, the Insurgent Pickup Custom is going to be one of the best vehicles for dealing with this snow. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are the top 10 best vehicles for the snow in GTA Online. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't. Let me know if you think I missed anything in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.